farmer pat too. The farmer replied, I have a truth-teller therein. Can it tell me the truth too? Asked the miller. Why not? Said the other, but he will only say 4 things and the 5th he keeps to himself. The miller was curious and wished to hear it speak, and the farmer squeezed the raven's head so that it squeaked out. The miller then asked, What did he say? The farmer replied, The first thing is under the pillow lies the salad. That is a rare thing, said the miller, and went and found the salad. The farmer made the raven croak again and said, Secondly, he declares there is roast chicken in the oven. That is a good telltale, cried the miller again, and opening the oven, he took out the roast chicken. Then the farmer made the raven croak again and said, For the third thing, he declares there is rice on the bed. That is wonderful, exclaimed the miller, and he found the rice. Then the farmer made his bird croak once more and said, For the 4th thing, he declares there are boiled eggs under the bed. Oh! I like it, said the miller, while he went and found as it said. The 2 men now sat down together at the table, but the miller's wife felt terribly angry and went to bed, taking all the keys with her. The miller was very anxious to know the 5th thing. But the man said, First let us eat quietly these 4 things, for the other is somewhat dreadful. After they had finished their meal, the miller bargained as to how much he should give for the 5th thing, and at last he agreed for 3,000 rupees. Then the farmer once more made the raven croak, and when the miller asked what it said, he told him, He declares that in the cupboard where the linen is there is an evil spirit. The miller said, The evil spirit must walk out. And tried to open the door. But it was locked, and the woman had to give up the key to the farmer, who unlocked it. The unbidden guest at once bolted out and ran out of the house, while the miller said, Ah, I saw the black fellow, that was all right. Soon they went to sleep. But at daybreak the farmer took 3,000 rupees and made himself scarce. The farmer was now quite rich at home and built himself a fine hut. Hence his fellows said, The poor farmer has certainly found the golden fortune, of which he has brought away a basketful, and they summoned him before the mayor that he might be made to say how his riches came. The man replied, I have sold my goat's skin in the city for 3,000 rupees. And as soon as the others heard this, they also desired to make a similar profit. The farmers ran home, killed all their goats, and taking their skins off, took them to the city to sell them for a good price. The mayor, however, said, My maid must go first, and when she arrived at the city she went to the merchant. But he gave her only 300 rupees for the skin. And when the rest came he would not give them so much, saying, What should I do with all these skins? The farmers were much vexed at being outwitted by their poor neighbor, and bent on revenge, they complained to the mayor of his deceit. The innocent, poor farmer was condemned to death unanimously, and was to be rolled in a cask full of holes into the sea. He was led away. Then they sent for a priest who should say for him the mass for the dead. Everyone else was obliged to move to a distance, and when the farmer looked at the priest he recognized the guest whom he had met at the mill. So he said to him, I have delivered you out of the cupboard. Now deliver me from this cask. Just at that moment the shepherd passed by with a flock of sheep, and the farmer, knowing that for a long time the man had desired to be mayor, cried out with all his might, No! No! I will not do it, even if the entire world asked me I would not do it. No, I will not. When the shepherd heard this he came up and said, What are you doing here? What will you not do? The farmer replied, They will make me mayor if I remain in this cask, but no, I will not be here. Oh, said the shepherd, if nothing else is required to become the mayor, I am willing to put myself in the cask. Yes, you will be the mayor if you do that, said the farmer. Then he got out of the cask and the shepherd got in, and the farmer nailed the lid down again. Now he took the shepherd's flock and drove it away, while the parson went to the judge and told him he had said the prayers for the dead. Then they went and rolled the cask down to the water, and while it rolled, the shepherd called out, Yes, I should like to be the mayor. They thought it was the poor farmer who spoke and said, Yes, we understand it. Only you must first go below there. Then they sent the cask right into the sea. When that was done the farmers returned home, and as they came into the village so came also the poor farmer, driving a flock of sheep quietly and cheerfully. The sight astounded the others and they asked, "When did you come? How did you come out of the water?" The farmer said, "I sank deeper and deeper till I got to the bottom, where I pushed up the head of the cask and got out. There were beautiful meadows upon which many lambs were grazing, and I brought this flock of them up with me." "Are there any more?" inquired the farmers. "Oh yes," replied he, "more than you know what to do with." Then the farmers agreed that they would go and each fetch a flock for himself. But the mayor said, "I must go first." So they went together down to the water, and there happened to be a fine blue sky with plenty of fleecy clouds over it, which were mirrored in the water and looked like little lambs. The farmer told them, "Look there. We can see the sheep already on the ground below the water." And the mayor, pressing quite forward, said, "I will go first and look about me and see if it is a good place and then call you." So saying, he jumped in plump, and as he splashed the water about, the others thought he was calling, "Come along." And so one after another the farmers plunged in a great hurry. Thus was the whole village cleared out, and the poor farmer, as their only heir, became a very rich man. Moral: quick-wittedness helps one overcome one's dangers. The poor farmer, the poor farmer, the poor farmer, the poor farmer. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. More updates.